This is Melanin.
And I'm Belief Mel.
And we're here with episode 179 of How Married Are You?
Okay, my name Belief. This is Yvette, and we've been married
12 years.
Live in California. We got
4 kids.
Relationship scary is very necessary. We share our love struggles. We ask
how married are you?
Every Tuesday and Thursday, shoddy. If you're listening, you're in the wedding party. It's okay if you want to put your hands up. You got the questions, we got the answers.
It's chocolate baby story time.
Chocolate baby story time.
It's chocolate baby story time.
1, 2, 3, and
it's chocolate baby story time.
The other day, I think it was yesterday, man, me and Raya got into a little conversation. My man asked me, he said, why doesn't God give people powers anymore? I was like, what you mean? He's like, you know, Samson and Moses. And I'm like, God gives people power. Like, we got power. We got the Holy Spirit. Da, da, da. He's like, nah, like, I want to be really strong. And I was like, well, guess what? Like, you can be really strong if you exercise and work out, you know? Mm-hmm. He's like, and I was like, he's like, what kind of workout? And I was like, you know, if you do push-ups, you know, you can get, he's like, push-ups are hard. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's the point. Like, everything's hard. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, no, I can do da-da-da-da-da. And so I'm going to let you tell the rest of the story if you must. Because that could be your chocolate baby story
I can
time.
Go on from that. I like that. Look at that.
Yeah.
You smooth it over. So then shenanigans start going down. Where Raya is like, I'm stronger than this person. I'm stronger than that person. And then Glenn basically challenges Raya to fight me.
No, he said, I said, you can't even, he's like, I'm stronger than da-da-da-da-da, and I'll be stronger than you if I'm stronger than you. And I'm like, you can't even, you're not stronger than mom. Like that. And he was like, I can beat mom easy.
Yeah, and so then the boy starts beating me up.
No, he didn't. He tried.
He started punching me.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. I got abs of steel. Because I remember at one point he hit me in the gut, and I was like, ooh. I handled that.
I don't condone that, but I also was like, he thinks his mother's not strong, and that's a problem for me.
Yeah, so I didn't fight back when he initially challenged me. However, he just kept talking, and I was like, man, he gonna make me have to show this child. And so we go into the front room, because I was in the kitchen at that point, but we go into the front room, and I lay him flat on his back, like within seconds.
3 seconds, actually.
Did you count it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty sad.
Theo actually got it on video.
Theo is not.
Yeah, he was,
and then he sent it to
he was sending it to
all
people.
my friends. That's funny. Yeah.
It was very interesting. And then you got him down again because he was like, nah, we were standing on the blanket.
Yeah. And then I got him down again. Oh, I put the blanket down because we have like tile floors. So I didn't want to hurt myself. And then he was like, no, da-da-da-da. So we did it again. And I got him down the same way. I did the same move. And he still got it. You know, like, whatever. Anywho. Y'all, I'm on a struggle bus right quick. I just want you to know. I'm realizing it's 2:00. I've been up since like 4:15.
Ooh.
And I went to the gym at 5:30.
Okay.
The gym like helped me wake up. But then I had a protein shake. But I didn't eat like a solid lunch, you know? I mean breakfast. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I need to figure out what to eat
for
after
breakfast,
because it's like I ended up getting a bagel, and that was just not the right decision.
You need some good carbs.
But now I'm realizing my energy levels at this time and day. This is when I start to lose it.
Yeah, you're turning into Uriah.
I'm turning into like, let me just be in you. Yeah. But yeah, anywho, as y'all know, we have the How Married Are You Live happening on July 28th and 29th. And let me tell you something. I will be fully awake for that event because it is what I am looking forward to the most right now. It is going to be litter than lit. I said that just to get a reaction from Glenn. And you guys who are listening, you can't see it, but he rolled his eyes and looked very disappointed in me. Anywho, it is going to be so fun. Let me just remind y'all who's going to be there right quick because I don't want you guys to be like, you didn't say so and so is gonna be there. You didn't say so and so is gonna be there.
Yep.
So we have Ray Castro, who is going to host the event for us.
My guy Ray.
We have Correga and Felicia Bailey. They were
them.
featured on Black Love. I think the same season that we were on Black Love, actually.
So. They're really good friends, yeah.
We have Brittany Smith, who is from the Intimacy firm. She will be talking to us about sex.
Yep.
We got William and Samantha Broxton, who are just a beautiful couple, raising a beautiful son, well, 2 sons and a daughter.
And she has
here
a platform
in Orange County.
called Raising Self is her Instagram and TikTok. She's doing really well on
she's doing really well. We have Kiera Noemi Gaines. Kiera is a therapist, and Noemi is a retired lawyer.
Yeah, she's a newly retired lawyer.
A newly retired lawyer.
Mother of 2 daughters, all the way from D.C. They're coming. And let me just say something real quick about Felicia and Correga. Like they have first of all, they're musicians together, right? And
Soul
they
Affirmations.
all right. And Soul Affirmations is also a book of affirmations that they do. And I just love them, man. So make sure you support them, even if you don't show up. Make sure you support them, but show up. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have Dr. Raquel Martin, who is always just giving you straight talk on Instagram, TikTok, all the social medias. I really enjoy her content. We have Taiko Ni Joan. I apologize if I am saying that wrong, but she is someone who I have admired for a long time just for the wisdom that she has, and I am super excited to welcome her into the fold, especially to speak to us women folk. We got Preston Perry, who I feel like needs no introduction, but
yeah, Preston Perry, really good friend, runs Bold Apparel. He also was a part of the Poets in Autumn.
And 30 Minutes with Perry's.
Perry's, yeah. Jackie's husband does a lot of stuff with Ezekiel now.
We need to talk to her.
Yeah, a really incredible brother there.
And then we have Lateris R. Whitfield of the Dear Future Wifey podcast.
Who's been blowing up everywhere.
He's been blowing up everywhere.
Yeah, so quite the lineup.
Yeah.
Need to see you there. Need to make it happen. We will see you there. But first, watch this commercial.
Y'all, do you want to hang out with us and the rest of the wedding party in person? Well, let me tell you something. Now is your chance. On July 28th through the 29th, we are throwing a party. We're calling it the How Married Are You Live.
This is our introduction to retreats. We are super excited to add so much value. We've been giving free value for a long time and sharing the ups and downs and the hard parts and the best parts of marriage. This upcoming July 28th and 29th is your opportunity to get the nitty gritty on how we really got through a lot of that stuff. And so we want to invite you guys. It's going to be super fun. Make sure you guys get your tickets right now. It's not a game. There will be live tickets. There should be live tickets at this point. But yeah, we can please go to
live stream tickets?
Live stream tickets, yeah. But go to howmarriedareyoupodcast.com to get your tickets, and we will see you there. Let's get into this topic. Okay, so I was scrolling TikTok, and I saw this, and I was just like, So this is the post.
Apparently, this opinion is very unpopular in today's day and age, but I'm going to say it because I stand on it. The family that I created with my husband comes before the family that I come from. As a wife, I am the backbone to the family I created. And as a mother, I am a pillar to the family that I created. Which means the family that I created has to come before everything and everybody, including my own family that I came from. The moment I fell in love and created little human beings means my loyalty switched to the person I love and the little human beings I created. They are the people I will lay my life down for. And I think that's how it should be. I think both wives and husbands should prioritize the family they created over the families that they come from, especially if they come from toxic families. Because when you hold on to toxic family members, boy, can that wreak havoc on a family. And especially a marriage or committed relationship. And I'm not interested in none of that.
Yeah. So let me tell you something. I wholeheartedly stand beside that statement. that is something that I think that a lot of people struggle with, because you hear a lot of stories about men who just don't know how to like stop doing everything for their mom. You know what I'm saying? Or not even that, like their mom's opinion and voice is louder than their wives. And then you also, you know, hear other stories about, you know, women who don't let go of their families. And so I just want to talk about the practicality of that. Now, this may be like duh for you guys, but some of you guys may have been struggling for a long time of where your loyalty lies. And I think it's a fair discussion. So, yeah, I think, you know, we can kind of talk about our story a little bit. Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, I will say that that is not how I grew up, right?
What's not how you grew up?
Like where it was family over everything, like your newly created family with your spouse over, or maybe it is. I'm not sure actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, like in full detail, because I think that when I look at it from the perspective of like my parents' family, like the Givens, like my family of origin versus their family of origin, I do feel like they prioritized our family of origin. Then they created a family, though, which we're going to call village, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so I think like that's where it started to get a little bit like,
Yeah, the lines were blurry.
Yeah. It wasn't as clear. And I feel like because I didn't actually get to grow up with my aunts and cousins and uncles, you know, I didn't really get to see that dynamic of the relationship. However, because of the relationship that I had with my family when I married you, I'm so confused. Because my family of origin, we were close, you know, and I was like, it was a thing that, yes, you guys are my peoples. How did that get ingrained in me? Because I will say that, like, while I was committed to you, there was still an element of commitment to them and what they wanted and what they desired.
Yeah, and I just want to talk about because I think what happens is when people experience this, they go, I'm not standing for this. It's me or them. Get with it or I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, I didn't know I was going to have this problem. But I was like, and I don't even know. I mean, I just want to be honest. Like, it literally, I believe, is God who just allowed me to be patient there. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of those initial feelings was kind of like, wait, am I supposed to be upset about this? Or like, I thought I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of people deal with this, and it's almost like it wasn't like you didn't agree with me, right? It just was like you didn't want to disappoint your people.
Or I don't believe that it was actually modeled. You know, like sometimes, you know how sometimes you know what the right thing to do is, but you don't know how to do it without harming another part of your relationships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And so that wasn't modeled well, is what you're saying. Yeah.
It's like I knew, I need to choose Glenn. We're the unit. Simultaneously, I wanted to like honor other people. And so I didn't, it was like, I'm stress paralyzed. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Eject.
Yeah, and you were just like trying to avoid.
Conflict. So I'm like stretching my own self and trying to accommodate everybody. And it's like, that's just not possible after a while. Like after a while, it's just, I don't know what the heck to do.
Somebody gonna get their feelings hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm outnumbered because it's just me.
Yeah.
And that's really difficult, man. And I'm sure I need to know, please email us in the comment section below. Let us know if you guys are dealing with this and we can kind of go in a little bit deeper. But I do feel that there is an advantage to your patience. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't happen right away. And it definitely took a lot, but it like Yvette understands the assignment. And I think that my advantage in this situation is that I come from a broken home where my dad lived in California. My mom, I lived with her, but there was no male figure in the house on the day-to-day basis when I was home, when I was in Baltimore, right? And I visited California 3 months out of the year, or 2.5 months out of the year. But there was so much lack of loyalty to me, where it was kind of like I didn't understand what true commitment was, and I would say that, the people in my life definitely were committed to me, but we weren't committed to a unit or a system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't necessarily know the rules of like, hey, these are things you do and things you didn't do. But I knew once I read, like, it took me so long to write my vows for the wedding. Like I wrote them like the day of, I think. Something crazy like that. But like I knew I didn't want to commit to something I couldn't fulfill. And I didn't want to promise you things that I wasn't able to do. And I was 100% able to get rid of everything that wasn't going to serve us. And even if that meant like relationships in my family. And my sister modeled that really well. You know what I'm saying? Like when she got married, she was like, yeah, just so you know, it's him, not you. And I was like,
She said that to you?
yeah. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I'm married. Like, this is it. And I was just like, yeah. And it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because I was kind of like, I just got here. I'm like, we wasn't really all that tight anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, ugh. Well, okay, fine. I get it. But she gave me the courage to be like, if I ever had to, and I never had to, but be like, yeah, it's not you, it's her, But she modeled that for me well. And even my dad, like, he's very much, super married when it comes to, his wife and, and so it's like the commitment level is so strong. I've seen it modeled a couple times and I just knew once I saw evidence of that, I was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be. And then when we got married and we had that initial flub when Theo had his dedication and your mom wanted to put him in the white satin thing, and I was like, no. And she was like, yeah. And it was like the Wild Wild West. We both had our guns and like 5 paces.
And I was in the middle.
And Yvette's kind of
I was like, what? Y'all, come on now.
And she was like looking at me like, yo, you need to just chill, telling me like, yo, it's not a big deal. And I'm like, I know that. So why can't he just not wear it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, the things that we argue about back then it's so like right now it's just so petty.
It's like, what?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't even know why that was a huge argument. Of course we should have did what I wanted to do. Because it made sense. It makes sense. But like I really wasn't into tradition and all this stuff. So it was really, really tough on Yvette. And I was like, oh, this is the tearing of our relationship. This was like the first instance where I was kind of like, uh-oh, we probably not going to last if this is going to be a thing in my mind. And I didn't want to tell you exactly how I felt because you had a relationship with your mom that I had never experienced. And I didn't want you to not feel that. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way you're looking down makes me feel like I'm beating you up.
No,
Okay.
you're not.
I know you were fixing the button.
My
But
thread on my button is
yeah.
coming out. I was gonna say something, dang it. Oh, I think one of the things that I've come to understand is that at the end of it all, if because we all know that ish happens, but if things go according to plan, we should outlive our parents, and our children will go on and create their own lives. And so all in all, it's you and me, baby, ride or die. You know what I mean? And so I feel like that is something that I'm coming more to terms with, is that you and I are teammates. These other people might be in the same league or, you know, whatever, but like they're just not necessarily my teammate, I guess.
I'm going to need you to get that.
Get what?
Because you said it's something I'm coming to terms with it. I need the terms to be understood and you to sign the paper. Because my stuff is signed.
No, what I'm saying is like I understand the terms, but I still feel like in my mind I still battle with, well, damn it, like da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying?
No, those weren't words. Try again.
Is this gonna cause an argument?
I don't know what you mean.
I'm just saying, like, for me, okay, I think for you, it's like a natural, easy thing to choose me. I'm not setting myself up well here.
Don't roast my wife in the comments. Go ahead.
You just told them to when you said
I said
that.
don't do that.
No, that's telling them to. What if they weren't even thinking about it? What I'm saying is, for me, it's not necessarily that it's hard. It's that choosing you makes other people feel some kind of way. And me being who I am, I care about people's feelings. I saw a meme the other day. I don't think I screenshotted it, and I don't think I liked it either. But I saw a meme the other day that was like, it was actually Liz and Ray. Liz posted it, but she was like, yeah, Ray be caring about people's feelings. It was something like, you mean to tell me you care about how people feel? It was something like that, to the tune of that. I can't remember exactly. But it was basically how, like, Glenn just moves. And he does this at home too. When stuff is in his way, he just tosses it. He doesn't care if it's a delicate something or another that I care about. He's just throwing it. It's in his way. Get out of my way. What is it even doing here? Type energy. And I feel like that's how you are with us, with your family. Like, it's like, I don't care how you feel. Like, this is what I'm doing. Right? Mm-hmm. And so what I'm trying to say is that, yes, I'm going to choose you, but you know me. I try to put some padding on it for everybody else. Mm-hmm. Like, I choose Glenn. I still love you. It's like my need to, it's a childhood trauma something. All right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not that it's hard to choose you. It's hard to hurt other people's feelings. It's hard to, however, I believe that in my growth journey, I am becoming less concerned about that. However, I cannot say that I am fully healed of caring how people feel. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm trying to, that was a long time.
That was good. That was really good explaining, babe. And I know that took a lot of work for you because, you know, using your words like that, that is hard. So I appreciate you doing that.
Oh God.
No, I'm just, because I understand what you're saying and I understand who you are and I know your intent, right? But I'm thinking about how does it feel when you hurt my feelings?
How do I feel when I hurt your feelings? I don't feel great.
But it's more of like I could repair that. Is it like a risk versus reward type thing? Like, I'd rather he'll be fine.
Okay. Because I don't know how to talk about this yet.
Okay.
However, I do understand what you're alluding to.
Okay, let's look for an email then, because we can figure this up later. Because
what? No. I'm trying to think of the vocabulary to use in order to explain it, because I do think that in the past, I hope I've gotten better. I hope you can speak to that. But in
Yeah,
the
of
past,
course.
I feel like I've taken for granted the fact that he's mine forever. Like he has no choice. He's going to get over it. We're going to figure it out. We'll work past it. Right?
That makes my stomach hurt.
I know. In the past. That's in the past.
Okay, that's the past.
That's the past. That's
Okay.
not how I feel. That's not how I think anymore. We have gone through so much ish that I do not think like that anymore.
Right.
Like
100%. So I
for
thought you were
now-
healed of that. That's why I'm confused. So I thought you were done with it. Like, yeah, it's him or nothing.
No, for sure. It's still you or nothing. Yes. But like, I still care about other people. I don't know. So what I'm trying to say is,
If you were selling me a gold bar, I wouldn't take it. If you were giving away a house for free and this was your explanation, I would be like, nah, I'm good. I got to call my lawyer.
I'm so tired. This is not
Okay.
whatever.
So I do believe that you have gotten way better, and I thought you were good on this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I guess for me, and I want other men and other women who are in this situation, standing from my perspective, I want them to know that this is a marathon type
Yeah.
loving, unconditional love type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the flesh like is irritated by that statement.
Yeah.
And it was irritating. Like the times that happened before, it was like, it made me feel so weak and like alone. Like it just was so bad. And it was like, I had to convince you of all these things. And I'm just saying that some of y'all might feel this way currently in your relationships. And so I'm glad my wife does a lot of good work and she works hard so that she can communicate and understand areas that's kind of like, hey, like I might be off here. You know what I'm saying? Because I really thought it was like, oh, there's no way she's going to get this one. And I'm like, God, I'm like blaming God. Like, man, is this the woman you sent me? You know what I'm saying? Like the woman you sent me, da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? Because it was like, oh man, like, and even when I talked to Anthony and I was like, yeah, man, like there was a season where your sister put you before me. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh, really? Like he didn't even know, but it was a part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? That's his sister.
And so I feel like you have an you have a unfair advantage, but your advantage is also whack. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't get to experience that unit.
Yeah, because
So it's not fair. Like, I mean, I understand.
I have less to let go of.
Yeah.
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 Which is good for you, but also bad for you. Well, it's actually only good for you.
It's good for me. However, it makes my experience less relatable to you, and therefore you aren't as like you're all cringy and wanting to like whatever because I have a challenge with this.
No, but that's how I feel is normal. Let's best believe how I'm taking it is normal. The great part is that God comes in and does the work on your behalf and allows me to have that grace for you to know that it's something I don't understand and he's going to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's anything wrong with me saying, absolutely not. I think that's inappropriate. You know what I mean? The fact that you don't want to let go of it, I think that's inappropriate too. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that I don't understand. Therefore, I give you grace in that way, and I will always have grace for anybody in that way. I think the harder part is those people who on both sides have that strong relationship with that family of origin to where they can't cut ties at all. You know what I'm saying? But I still don't think. I don't know if everybody else who has a strong upbringing, like a 2-family home, regular, nuclear family, has that same problem of like letting go.
Because maybe they've had a healthy example of what it looks like to break ties with that.
Right.
And maybe their parents do a really good job of encouraging them to like leave and cleave, for lack of better terms.
And that is like, I'm like, oh, this is hard, but it's not as hard as Anaya and Theo and Raya and Uzi gonna have it. Oh gosh, I tell you. And not to say
what do you mean by that?
And not to say, and I'm trying to explain myself.
Okay.
You're jumping to conclusions. Do you see? You're
in
the spring position. You are ready to jump.
I'm waiting for the track person to shoot the gun.
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
to start again.
So I'm not saying that. I'm saying that our family is so tight knit. There's nobody who, like has another parent or anything like that. It's like we're all there all the time. So the way that like you take ownership over who your brothers date, right? And you're like, right? At some in season you were like that. I'm like, girl, mind your business. You know what I'm saying?
And I mind my business now.
Anaya's gonna have that problem. Theo might not, because he don't care about nothing. But Raya may, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. So I'm just like, our children might have it even harder. You know, like letting go of what that is, what the perception of family is. And so we have to do a good job by leading and saying, hey, you know, yes, it's my family, but this is my main priority here, you know? What do you think?
No, I agree. I think we do a really good job showing our kids that we choose each other, at the very least.
Yeah.
We do a really good job at that. They know.
I believe
choose
that.
your dad.
Yeah.
I don't care what's going on. I choose him.
Yeah, and it also, I feel like that is an easier thing to do because you leave it all on like, nah, this is the covenant. Yeah. It's not like I care about him more. No, I made a covenant. I made a commitment. You know what I'm saying? Do you want me to not follow through with my commitment? Like, how they feel is none of my business. And so you said earlier, you were like, yeah, you don't care. You just do what you got to do. And then, you know, whether it's the kids or whatever, I'm like, well, I'm thinking like, well, what's the goal? Right? Is the goal to do this or to succeed in further endeavors? Right? And it's always to succeed in further endeavors. So I'm like, okay, well, certain things we can't tolerate no more, so we're not doing that no more. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, it just happened. I'm sitting there, I'm looking at Raya, he's talking, he's writing with a Sharpie. Then you come in and say, did you see the garage door? And I just drew on it with a Sharpie. And I was like, where? And you told me. And I was like, oh. And I was like, well, I guess we're not using Sharpies anymore. So I started to gather up all the Sharpies.
He took like new packages of Sharpies, y'all, like unopened, and he was heading toward the trash can.
I'm like, no,
and
no,
I was like, do you know how you were headed toward? Where were you gonna do? What were you gonna do with them?
I was gonna put them out of reach.
Oh, I didn't know that. It looked like you were headed because you came from this classroom and you were heading toward the direction of where the trash.
I was coming to get the marker that he used to write the exercise program down.
See, I didn't know all that. I was like, man, this is when you need to calm down.
Yeah, see,
this is how Glenn like. Well, I guess he wasn't going to throw them away, but that's an example of what I mean when he's like very extreme.
I'm not throwing away new Sharpies. I would have took them to the office and used them. I'm not throwing away new Sharpies. But if I step on something that should not be on the floor and it hurts, I'm throwing that thing in the trash. It is trash. It hurt me. It's violence.
What if it's your own what is the thing? Your iPods.
AirPods? They don't hurt. They got smooth rounds. That's not as impossible.
I'm so real.
Yeah. But that's like, but all I'm saying is I was gathering up all the Sharpies and I said, okay, this is a corporate decision. We have to make, it's an emergency. Our garage door, the brand new table we just got, that hurt.
There has to be a way to get it off though.
It hurt so bad. And I was so angry. And I was just like, this must be a mandate. Right? And you were like, well, sometimes they need Sharpies. And they don't need Sharpies at all. As a child, I never needed a Sharpie. I may have had one on the like syllabus. They may have been like bring one. What's that marker? That magic marker?
Dry erase marker.
No. They had one like black. Remember the all black magic marker with the blue on it and the like the hexagon top?
Oh.
We had one of those.
Yes.
We needed one of those for the syllabus or something like that.
Yes.
And that was like it. But I didn't have access to Sharpies, and they're coloring. Ladies and gentlemen, they are coloring with Sharpies. They're drawing pictures with Sharpies. We never had that. There's magic markers. There's it was a permanent marker I was talking about. But there's, all types of things that they can use. They do not need Sharpies. Mm-hmm. You know what Sharpies are for? Violence, gang activity, tagging. No?
Okay, here's what I want to
She's laughing me off, guys.
I'm not laughing you off, but you're talking about this, and this is just making me want to play this.
What unserious generational curse are you breaking?
That we don't.
Have you seen that trend?
Yes, I've seen
this
that.
girl is hilarious with her response, but
Go ahead. Is using Sharpies? Oh, absolutely not. That is crazy. I disagree.
Remember when we were younger, Sharpies were like off limits. We weren't allowed to use Sharpies.
And there was a reason for that. What's the reason?
So that our parents' property would be protected.
We don't have much things that are nice. Every time we get something nice, it goes away. That's why I'm like really like trying to make my office.
You know what's interesting? Your office, what? Go ahead.
My office space comfortable for me. And I'm the kids, I'm like, don't sit on my stuff.
You know what's funny is that one time, it was right after we got the, what is our couch? 6-penny couch. I said something like my couch. I kept calling it my couch, and my mom was like, Yvette, stop calling it your couch. And I'm like, wait a minute, though. I paid for it. Mm-hmm. But it was as though I wasn't letting the kids feel welcome to like sit on it. But I don't know. It's interesting. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I love you.
I want to be able to just say to the children, you are not welcome here. This is mine. There should be something. And this goes back to the Venn diagram. Because if you do that Venn diagram again,
and it's a 3-circle
It's a 3-circle Venn diagram. The kids eat up the majority of it. And there's not a lot that's just like, yeah, this is off limits. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then you got the dog who chewed on my glasses with prescription in them.
Excuse me.
It's gross. So, yeah, man. Does y'all feel me? Y'all got to let go of them relationships that don't serve your marriage. Mm-hmm. No relationship should go before your marriage. And that's not easy for people to understand. All the time they got to grow from that. So be patient. I think how long did it take us?
At least I would say 10.
10 years?
Oh, well, I mean, I think I'm fully getting it.
Oh, you still, I would say the last major incident.
Oh, that we had?
Yeah.
With family?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Actually, I think it was last year.
I was going to say.
It was last year, and then when we went to Dallas driving that one time, that was like one of the bigger ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys, don't give up.
You're so encouraging.
I'm just saying, don't give up, y'all.
Look, we're about to celebrate, 13 years of marriage?
13. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be great. We're doing great. We're learning, growing.
Doing really good,
One day at a time.
I think we're doing good.
I think so, too.
Cool.
I'm happy. I want it to stay this way.
Okay.
How married? Nope. You asked me.
Okay. How married are you?
But I'm not ready. I'm so married that while you were in your meeting earlier, I decided that I would warm up your food so you didn't have to. You could keep the conversation going, and then you could eat while you were in your meeting so you could be on time to record.
Thanks.
Is that not a good one? Because you
It's a good one.
look unamused.
I'm just mad you took a bite. I didn't want to share. I wanted every little morsel.
Babe, I thought you wanted me to taste it.
I asked you, but I didn't want you to say yes.
Which is why you were iterating over and over. It's spicy. It's spicy. You kept saying that.
I made sure it was spicy for me. That's something I wanted.
Oh my goodness. How married are you? Or how selfish? I'm just kidding. How married are you, babe?
How married am I? Oh yeah. So I cooked you another meal last night. Yeah. I love when she reacts to the food.
That meal last night was sexy. Oh my goodness. The shrimp and grits was good. But last night was just
Yeah, I did those
so good.
I did those cross-cut potatoes that you see online where people like chop them one way and chop them another way and they kind of come out like an accordion. And then I boiled them and then fried them and then made some steak because she's...
But when you guys don't understand, when I saw him cooking the potatoes, I thought it was like fish, like some sort of tilapia or mahi or something. It looked, oh my gosh, and it was perfect. It was like the flavoring, the crunch.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah. So
I hope you can duplicate that again.
I can duplicate. I can make it better for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So then, I actually what I did was I made her steak, and I made some kale, and then
The
these
kale was
potatoes.
good too with the onions and did you have mushrooms in there? Just onions.
Well, I was trying to tell her. She was like, "You gonna make the steak? Cause I'm hungry." And she was just kind of like, like kind of like, and I'm like, this girl is just. I just want to know what happened. If I'm kind of like, are you gonna cook? Cause I'm hungry. What would happen if I said that to you? You would be like, well,
I'd be like, there's food in there.
oh my goodness. So anyway,
Babe, we all know that you're the cook. I don't want to play these games.
no, I want you to step your game up.
No, I'm a baker. You're the cook. Like I can cook, but my creativity isn't like yours. I don't have any kind of like, like you're like a scientist in the kitchen.
So what do we get from you though?
What do you get from me?
But if you're the baker and I'm the cook, what nutritional value do you get? Diabetes. That's what we get.
I really hate it here sometimes.
I'm just joking.
My gosh.
Guys, just take it easy. No. I do this all the time. This is funny. It's just worse on camera. Listen to me. I made her the steak.
But listen, hold up now. I cook some things, babe. I be cooking.
Babe,
I cook all the time.
I know.
Which is probably why I'm not as creative as you, because I cook all the time.
Yeah, babe.
Shut up. I already know.
You said I'm the cook.
He's saying things in his head.
All right. Anyway, my wife is great. I love cooking for her. And so even this morning, even last night, my intention was that you would wake up and make yourself some steak and eggs. Because I left the leftover steak for you. That's what I said it last night.
You did say that.
I said you can have steak and eggs in the morning.
I played myself.
But you didn't eat and now you're tired.
And that iron probably would have done me some good.
Mm-hmm. All right. And
that's just how married we are.